A storm roared through the jungle, thunder cracking the sky into pieces. Lightning flashed across the trees as frightened animals scattered for safety. In the middle of that storm, a young lion named Leo ran through the muddy paths, drenched and confused. He didn't know where he was going or why. His heart was heavy, and his eyes carried no spark. Suddenly, the ground beneath him gave way, and Leo slipped into a muddy pit. He struggled, roared, and tried to climb out, but the mud kept pulling him down. "Help! Somebody! Please!" Leo shouted, his voice echoing through the storm. From the high branches, a wise old owl named Orlan watched silently. With a flap of his wings, Orlan glided down and perched near the pit. "Leo, what are you doing out here? Far from your pride," the owl asked calmly. Leo sighed. "I don't know. Orlan, everyone seems to have a purpose. The elephants work, the birds sing, the monkeys play, and me, I just exist." Orlan looked at him and said, "A life without an aim, my young lion, is like this storm, noisy, restless, and without direction." The storm slowed, and the owl helped Leo climb out. "When the sun rises tomorrow," Orlan said, "start searching not for food, but for your why." The next morning, sunlight pierced through the misty jungle. Leo sat quietly under a large fig tree, lost in thought. Around him, life was busy and full of meaning. The ants marched in perfect lines, each one carrying a piece of food. The beavers built their dams with focus and rhythm. Even the tiny hummingbird buzzed from flower to flower, not wasting a moment. Leo watched and whispered, "They all have a reason. Why don't I?" Suddenly, a playful monkey named Momo swung down, laughing. "Why the long face, King Leo?" Momo teased. "I'm not a king," Leo muttered. "A king knows what he's meant to do." "Come on," said Momo. "Life's simple. Eat, sleep, and have fun." Orlan the owl, sitting above, sighed. "Fun without direction fades quickly." "Momo?" The monkey shrugged. "You and your lessons, old bird," and swung away. That evening, a deep drum sound echoed through the jungle, the signal for a council meeting. All the animals gathered under the great baobab tree. The elephant, the bear, the deer, the parrot, and the fox all stood together. Orlan began to speak. "Friends, a great drought is coming. The river is drying, and food will soon be scarce. Panic spread among the animals." The elephant raised his trunk. "We must act now. Let's build ponds and store food." The beavers nodded. "We'll handle the dams." The parrots volunteered to search for faraway water sources. The elephants promised to carry logs. Every animal found a task, except Leo. He stood still, heart sinking, feeling invisible among the crowd. "I don't have a skill," he whispered. "I'm just strong." "But what's the use of strength without purpose?" Orlan's gaze softened. "Strength without aim is like fire without light. It burns, but never shines." The next few days turned harsh. The river dried faster than expected. The grass withered, trees lost their leaves, and the ponds turned into dry holes of cracked earth. Still, the animals worked with unity, digging, storing, and building. Leo wandered around, trying to help, but never sure how. He felt lost, like a shadow walking in daylight. Then one afternoon, as the scorching sun baked the ground, Leo heard a faint cry. It was a baby rabbit trapped near a dry pond. "What's wrong, little one?" Leo asked gently. The rabbit sobbed. "The pond is gone. My family left to find water, but I'm too small to follow." Leo looked at the cracked ground, and something inside him shifted. "No one should feel helpless like this," he whispered. He decided to search for water, not for himself, but for everyone. Leo began his journey toward the mountains at the edge of the jungle. He climbed through rocky paths, tore through thorny bushes, and faced the blazing heat. His paws bled, his throat burned, but his heart burned brighter. "I will not stop until I find it," he said to himself. After hours of climbing, he heard a faint trickling sound. Following it, he discovered a hidden cave. Inside, a spring flowed gently, clean, cold, and full of life. Leo roared, his voice echoing through the cliffs. Down in the jungle, the animals froze as they heard his mighty roar. "Something's happened!" cried Momo. The owl's eyes lit up. "He's found it!" he said proudly. "He's found his aim!" The animals followed Leo's call and reached the cave. Water flowed out, filling the dry land again. Elephants carried it back. Beavers built new channels. The jungle came alive with energy and color. Flowers bloomed again. Birds sang, and the animals danced with joy. The deer said, "Leo, you saved us." The rabbit hugged his paw, whispering, "Thank you." Leo smiled shyly. "I didn't save you," he said. "I just did what I was meant to do." Orlan landed beside him. "You've learned what many never do. Leo, a true leader is not the one who rules, but the one who guides." "I thought life was just about surviving," Leo said. "But it's about serving, too." The owl nodded. "Now you understand what aim means. It gives direction to your power and meaning to your breath." Weeks passed, and the jungle flourished once again. The pond was full, trees were green, and laughter returned. But something else changed too. Leo? He was no longer the lost, aimless lion. He now trained younger animals, teaching them courage and purpose. "Don't wait for life to give you meaning," he told them. "Create your own." Momo swung down again, grinning. "Guess what, Leo? I've found my goal." "Oh, really?" Leo asked. "Yes," Momo said proudly, "to make everyone smile when they're sad. I can't fight like you, but I can make hearts lighter." Leo laughed. "That's a beautiful aim, my friend." Orlan added, "Even laughter can heal. Every purpose, no matter how small, lights a corner of the world." One evening, Leo sat by the glowing water under the silver moonlight. He watched the reflection of stars ripple in the pond. "I used to think I was just another lion," he said quietly. "But now I know we all have a role, even if it takes time to find it." Orlan perched beside him again. "Do you see, Leo? Without aim, you were like a traveler. Without a map, you were moving, but nowhere. Now that you have an aim, every step you take leaves a mark." Leo looked toward the horizon. "Then I will help others find theirs too." The next day, Leo called another gathering under the great baobab tree. All the animals from the tiniest ant to the tallest giraffe stood before him. "My friends," Leo began, "you saw what happened when we had no direction? Our jungle nearly died. Not because of drought, but because we didn't know our purpose. When you live without a goal, life becomes like an empty drum. It makes noise, but has no music." The animals listened silently, thinking deeply. An aim gives your life value. It tells you why you wake up every morning, Leo continued. Without it, you may breathe, eat, and sleep, but you will not live. And remember, your aim doesn't have to be big. Even a small goal can give you a reason to shine. The owl spoke softly. When each of us knows our purpose, the jungle itself becomes stronger. The elephant raised his trunk. Then let us make sure no one here lives without a dream again. The jungle echoed with cheers, roars, and songs. The sun rose golden over the trees, lighting every leaf with hope. The animals worked together, united by purpose. The birds built nests. The beavers expanded the ponds. And Momo entertained everyone with his jokes. Orlan flew above, proud of how the jungle had changed. Leo stood tall on a hill, watching his world come alive. "The jungle finally has direction," he said softly. The owl replied, "And so do you, my king." Leo smiled. "I'm not a king because I lead others. I'm a king because I learned why I live." As the music of the jungle filled the air, the screen fades to Leo's voice, saying, "A life without aim is like walking in circles. You move a lot, but reach nowhere. But when you find your purpose, every path becomes meaningful. Every challenge becomes a lesson, and every day becomes a gift. So, find your aim. Live with purpose, and let your roar echo with meaning." The jungle fades into golden light, and the words appear on screen. A life without aim is like a jungle without a sun alive, but lost in darkness. The owl's voice whispers one last time, "Find your aim, and you'll find your light." The screen fades to black with cheerful jungle sounds and Leo's laughter, followed by a fun line, "Aim high, roar louder, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from the heart of the jungle."